but I just wanted to share with you the struggles I have with handmade cars and windshields that are handmade or special ordered and low production numbers. I've been struggling with this GTC windshield for ages. I unpacked it about a week ago and ordered it from Finland, from one of the few glass companies that have it and is available for these cars, and went to go put the rubber on, went to put the chrome strip on, and it just wouldn't fit. And I checked it when I first got it, put it in the car, and it looked like at least the profile, because you need a lot of distances and measurements for a windshield to fit perfectly. And on the GTC windshield, you need to make sure that the gap is correct, that the curve is correct, that the corners are correct. But the one thing I did not really pay attention to, because it's kind of like the glass is here and it's fitting, and let's try putting the chrome piece on and the rubber gasket, was it wouldn't get the final bit of chrome in. So I laid it back in the car, shimmed it correctly so that it would be at the right height. And what I found is the windshield is about 2 millimeters wide. So what I've done is I've shimmed the glass so it follows the pinch weld on the car. And I have it even all the way around here, and it basically follows the whole car, I think, where the glass should lay. I mean, it's just on the inside of the pinch weld. So when you look at this side, I have it lined up pretty much with the body opening. But if I walk around to the other side, again, it's all lined up here all the way around, and this is where it kind of goes off the rails. I think it's a little too big. You see how it follows all the way around? Now that other side is pushed up against, or lined up with the body, and this is how close we are to the body opening here. So I think I'm going to have to take some of this off. I don't know if I have to take all of it off, but I probably have to take at least half of that off. So now the solution is I'm going to have to sand down this edge. I'm going to have to take about 2 millimeters or a millimeter or two off per side of this glass. How do I do it? Well, I think I'm going to have to sand it. I've heard some people doing it with a belt sander, but I don't know if I have the guts to do that. I think I'm going to try it by hand and see how long this is going to take. But this is a process that I'm going to have to do to get this windshield to fit. The whole time I'm taking the windshield off, putting it on, putting rubber, it's like I stand the chance of cracking it. I cracked the first one simply because I got it all in, ready to go, the last bit of just fitting it into the car, and it cracked. Glass is a funny material. It can crack, it can have stresses in it from when it was manufactured, and as it gets older, it can get more brittle, and slapping it just the right way, just to move it in the gasket, can break it, and that's what happened. And unfortunately, my customer had to buy another windshield, and here we are with this one. And it's a remanufactured windshield, so we're hoping that it fits, and I'm finding out that it doesn't fit. Why does it not fit? Who knows? I mean, this car could have changed the dimensions. They could have taken the mold off the original one from another car that might have changed dimensions, and they copied that one. They didn't know, and it fit the other one. And now when I ordered off of this mold, it doesn't fit my car. So the only choice I have is to make this glass fit and hopefully not break it in the process. So just the struggle I've had with this windshield and other windshields. And I've had cars that I put windshields in, and I couldn't believe how easily it went in. I have a GTC here, another one that I did a few years ago, and I was getting ready to install it, and I've never had two windshields, rear and front glass, go in so easily. So again, you just never know what you're going to have until you do it. So unfortunately, this one's still kicking my butt. I'm gonna have to pull it out, mark it, and then do the next step of I guess grinding windshields down. Lots of fun. I just got back from the glass shop to have to cut down this windshield, and I haven't been stressed like that in ages. Watching him cut it, I mean, this whole edge had to be cut down, but it was only about 1/8 of an inch that needed to be removed. Both sides actually needed to be cut, but I decided to just do one side just to see if I can get it to fit. If worse comes to worse, if this side doesn't work, I'm gonna have to bring it back and do it some more. But it was showing me how to do it and how it had to be snapped. I mean, there's one little piece, I don't know if you could see it, it's just got this little scallop. He said it's not gonna crack out because it's actually curved back to itself, but just be careful of it. So I think what I'm gonna do is install it on this side. It's not gonna crack unless I put pressure on it right there. Or it has a potential to have cracks if you put pressure on it specifically. But once it's in the rubber seal, it should be fine. But it's still, we managed to take just that little bit off. And I'm going to see whether or not it works, because I don't want to take a chance to do the other side if we don't have to. So here we go. Let's see how this windshield goes in. All right, you want to see frustrating? Every step of this windshield just fight me all the way. The cut down windshield actually worked great. The chrome strip went in perfectly. I mean, it's amazing. I took 3 millimeters off and it made all the difference in the world. That chrome strip popped right in. So then the next step is to rope it into the car. So I got it all in. It started to look good. The trim is looking good. I got the top in. And then all of a sudden, something's going on right here. Like, what happened? So what happened was the rubber trim, for some reason, on the chrome strip sucked inside. So the only solution to that, pull the windshield out again. Here we go. It's finally in. I finally got the whole thing in. Well, what happened before, as I took everything out, I found out that the reason why that rubber was sucking in is because this chrome was actually pushing out, and the glass itself had pulled out, and this piece had not seated inside the body, so there was just enough of a gap to let the glass pop out. So I had to take everything apart, and I had to put the glass back in. And then what I did was I had to tape this chrome piece tight against the glass before I installed it, because once it's in the car and this is pushed in, the chrome wouldn't pull up, because you know, this glass, the chrome has been, the windshield frame has been re-chromed, so it distorts a little bit and tries to move up a little bit dimensionally. But once it's seated inside the groove and inside the glass and inside the car, it sits in place. But when it was left alone and the chrome was left to hold the rubber in place with the glass, it was popping out. So long story short, it's in. This is all even. The gap is correct. The seating, the distance into the car is correct. It all is looking pretty good. So finally, after months of struggle, I got the windshield glass in. It's one of these things that I've done so many times, and some days it goes in and some days it just doesn't. And unless you've done this, it's just so hard to explain how many hours it can take to put one of these things in. But what a good feeling when it's finally done.